Surprise! Hello and good evening. Welcome to ESC Fan TV. Yes, we just couldn't wait till tomorrow to keep our surprise under wraps. But here we are, previewing Australia Decides, which is back on Saturday. Saturday morning for us in Europe, I have to say. Saturday evening for our lovely Australians, of which we have two on the panel this evening. And so we're just going to ignore that one for a minute. Good evening to Gemma. Hey, Gemma.
Hi, nice to be back. So excited.
Oh, it's fantastic to see you. So what time is it in Australia at the moment?
It is currently 6:30 a.m. right here.
That is commitment.
The sun hasn't quite emerged yet.
Wow. That is total commitment. That is absolute commitment. Also joining us from Australia, we also have Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hey all, thanks for having me back on. Great to be here. Looking forward to a fab show.
And do you know what? I'm loving your accompaniment there. Is it? Does it have a name?
Well, just in case anyone didn't know, I was from Down Under. I thought I'd just dress up for the part tonight.
Hey, love it. Now, what would be an ESC Fan TV show without Phil and Michelle? Hey, Phil and Michelle.
Hi. Probably a lot better, actually, but hello, everyone.
Hi.
Also joining us, we've got the lovely Troy. Hey, Troy.
Tom, I mean, what else can I expect from you? Glowing as always. And always next to Michelle and Phil. God love them.
You're kept in good company. And also, obviously, no show would be complete without my co-host, Stu. Hey, Stu.
Hey, Tom. Hey, and hello, everybody. I'm in the chat room with you tonight, so hey, let's have some fun. By the way, are we classifying Troy as an Aussie yet? Or is it, does the fact he now lives in Northern Ireland, is he now technically Irish? I mean, what do we do there? What's the situation, Troy?
Well, I'm a bit both. I mean, Aussie by nature, Irish by anything else. I mean, I live here now, so...
Well, in which case, we're going to call you Irish and move on.
No, we're an Australian diplomat. There we go. He's on a diplomatic mission to Northern Ireland that's basically taking forever.
Expat, maybe, yeah, expat.
That'll do. There we go. That's the way
Trying to organise Stormont at the moment, but that's a complete different story.
Well, I'm assuming, unlike Gemma and Michael, you won't be going to the Gold Coast for Australia Decides on Saturday.
Oh, I mean, it would be nice. I mean, it's wet here, and from what I hear, it's wet in the Gold Coast. Nothing new.
Hey! Guys, do keep comments coming in. Remember, join in the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Click the like and subscribe buttons. Keep Stu company. He loves getting lots of messages for friends. It makes his little face light up. Look, see, this is what he's like when all the comments come in. And we're gonna kick off by looking at the first two entries in Saturday Night Show.
It's been a drag without you. You think I'm used to being lonely, 1,000 cabs without you.
Oh yes, we are off to a strong start. We heard Andrew Lambrou there with Electrify. Dance-esque number, have to say. Has 1.5 million followers on social media, has a song that contains some Spanish lyrics as well. Not bad for a 23-year-old singer-songwriter from Sydney. We also heard Charley there, I suck at being lonely. I think many of us could probably agree with that, given the pandemic over the last couple of years. 24-year-old singer-songwriter living in Sydney but grew up on the Gold Coast, but also appeared in The Voice Australia as well. Let's go straight to Michael. have we seen the winner yet? Have we gone straight in with one of your favourites?
We've got in with one of my favourites. I think Andrew and Electrify is an awesome, awesome song. It really is a little bit different to everything else we have this year. There's it's not just a few words in Spanish. From a Aussie Greek Cypriot, we have an entire verse in Spanish. This song takes elements of lots of different Eurovision past greats. It starts off with a little bit of fuego, and it really drops quite a good kick and beat. And I think this song has got potential for a top 5 finish on Saturday night on the Gold Coast. I actually quite love this song, and I think it's a little bit dirty and it's a little bit fun.
Oh, we love dirty and fun. What about Charlie's song? Is that going to set the scoreboard light? I mean, it's a very contrasting entry.
Oh, can I just say that's a beautiful. So again, and I'll get Jem and anyone else to comment on that one. I think this is a beautiful song. It's a really it progresses quite nicely. It's not in my wheelhouse of music because with my ADHD, I'm never lonely. I've always got voices inside my head talking to me, so I don't quite understand that. But I think it does appeal to some people. It's a really beautifully written song. I think it will go places as well, and a really nice entry and a nice bit of music there for us.
Yeah, I like it. It's a haunting ballad, and everyone loves one of these, don't they, Gemma?
Oh, all right. All right.
Showtime.
I'm going to say from the get-go, everyone did a very amazing job, and artists are great, and they can put everything out there, but there's no wow factor in any of these songs. Like, I Suck at Being Lonely just sounds like Olivia Rodrigo. It's really nice, it's really pretty, it fits the time, but we've heard it before. But it's a nice song, and things will get on stage and they'll look better. So, hopefully they'll have a really nice performance to go with it. But
is it one of the things where you can already see the staging, the twinkly twilights in the background?
Yeah.
Maybe the solo spotlight.
Yeah, it'll probably really come out on stage, you'll hear her voice and she'll show all the emotion, but I don't know. We all know I like a banger, right? So, it's nice that at least Electrify can at least dance to it, but again, it just sounds a bit aged. I don't understand what's happening this year. But it's just my opinion. Other people will love it.
I was going to say, you're going to be there for Australia Decides, aren't you, in the arena? And, Electrify may come on stage and you may find yourself absolutely just kind of like bop, bop, bop.
Exactly. It's not the first time I've said I've hated a song and then watched the performance and gone, oh my god, I love it. So I reserve the right to change my opinion in 5 days' time.
There we go. And we wouldn't expect anything less of you, Gemma. I have to say that. Phil and Michelle, let's get some views from the cool kids in Britain.
That's the first time I've been described as either of those things. But never mind. Cool. Okay, yeah.
I agree with Gemma.
Yeah.
I think Electrify, I think it's a brilliant dancey song, and if you're in the club having a boogie woogie with your loved one, it's brilliant. It's fine for that sort of purpose, but it's not fine for Eurovision. There's not enough words in it. It's all a bit quiet and it's a club song where you go to a club and they repeat the same thing over and over again so that you don't know what time it is or how long you've been there. And it's one of those sort of songs. But I don't think it doesn't fit with Eurovision.
I don't know. It's not normally my cup of tea, this, but I quite like that. Yeah, I like the bit of Spanish in it. It made it a bit interesting. I didn't really like I Suck at Being Lonely, though. That's really, really not my genre at all. I just found it
a bit
really dreary and miserable and full of self-pity.
Yeah, she didn't want him. She just didn't want to be on her own. She was just needy. It's like, if that's the case, get a cat or a dog or something. Buy a parrot. Don't talk back.
Become a cat lady.
Yeah, become a cat lady at least,
Do you know what?
But,
this is why we come to you, for the sympathy when we get this really emotional, heart-wrenching kind of,
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Troy, what are you going to be looking for in the staging of these songs?
Well, you can understand Electrify. Electrify, you can already see lots of flashing, lots of imagery, and what would you say? A lot of spark. I suck at being lonely. I can see something like very much Sana Nielsen, undo, very solitary, lights in the middle, lights coming up, and then very boring. I don't think Charley. No, Charley hasn't got enough. There's not enough action. You can already think about it. Not enough action in the song. Therefore, I would not put this anywhere near the top 5. Electrify, yes. I'm with Michael. Top 5, I would probably go maybe even top 3.
Yeah, my personal thoughts are I'd love to see Electrify go to Eurovision. I have to say, I wouldn't be unhappy if it won. I think it'd be a great song, and I think it'd get everyone up and dancing. And we all know who's the best at busting some moves. It's Stu. Stu, wrap this up for us. And what are the chat rooms saying?
So, okay, right. Electrify. Good dance track. It's kind of trancey. It's a bit EBM. But, a huge but, this is not the kind of song that's going to win any national selection anytime soon. That's the issue with it. It's a kind of song that if you're in a nightclub, after you've downed about 16 tequilas, you're going to hit that dance floor so quick, so fast. But this is not doing anything on Saturday night. It's a decent track. I think he needs to deliver it vocally to stand any chance of it not propping up the bottom. But I can't see this doing well in any way, shape or form on a Eurovision stage. But I think it's a good song. There's a place to start with that. I Suck at Being Lonely. It's a good ballad. I love the fact it's stripped back. I want to see Charley on stage without all types of kind of creative choreography. I want to see Charley on her own on stage, stripped back, dark staging, just a light hitting her straight in the face and singing the heck out of this. And I think this could do okay. Again, I don't think it's a winner. I think it's a 6 out of 10er. But I think it's a decent start to the show. Both these songs are going to be delivered well, I think, vocally. And I think that's what Australia needs on Saturday night, Tom.
Hey, thanks for that, Stu. What's the chat room saying, by the way?
Sorry, yeah, you did ask me 2 questions there, didn't you? Yeah, we've had a couple of comments. I like Andrew's song, but I can't imagine it at Eurovision. So Matt's kind of following the same vibe there. Charlie's song, okay, but a bit dull. I think I need a few more listens to Electrify. Can't imagine how it would be staged. And Neil disagrees with Gemma. He says, am I the only Eurovision fan that can live without a banger? Yes, Neil. If you've stood in the Eurovision auditorium, there's an awful lot of bangers out there, my friend.
I definitely read that comment wrong before, and I thought he said every Eurovision fan needed a banger, and I'm like, correct.
Never mind.
But it's true, you need a banger. You need that one song that you are able to associate with, that you can dance to. As soon as it hits, you're out there, you're doing everything, you don't care what you've done, you've just dropped your drink, you're out on the dance floor, you don't care.
You've got to remember we all dance to a different beat, so you never know what a banger is for who. So my banger may be your ballad. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Someone should be writing this down. This almost sounds like lyrics to next year's Eurovision entry. Everyone dances to a different beat. You know, it could be a start of some interesting songs.
Oh,
there.
Here we go. There's always
Yes,
6 months.
Speaking of interesting songs, though, that's the first 2 done. Let's take a listen to some more.
I still remember when all I had was nothing. If everything's lost, and I don't ever want to be the one forgotten. I learned to be strong, be the best, giving it but right there. 'Cause if you don't like it, baby, you can buy it.
Another 2 very modern songs there. Erica Padilla, To the Bottom, making a big stage debut as a TikTok wildcard at Australia Decides. Guys, do any of you TikTok on the panel? Stu puts his hand up. Oh, Michelle. Oh,
Gemma does, definitely.
I saw a thing on TikTok about what was it? Mascara. So I downloaded TikTok. I did what the woman said, and because I can't quite see well without my glasses, promptly poked myself in the eye. So I deleted all of TikTok, and I won't bother with it now. It's for the youth.
Love it. Love it. TikTok deleted over mascara incident. Anyway, Erica Padilla is the wild card from TikTok. 1.2 million followers on the platform, and this is an original song penned with her sister and friend in just a couple of days as well. We also had G Nation and Bite Me, 6-piece girl group from Adelaide, notable for the most recent season of The Voice Australia as well. There's a bit of a hip hop girl power thing there. I have to say, I do love the kind of love heart sweets in the video.
So did I in the 80s.
Just makes it quite almost like modern-ish. I don't know. Then again, sometimes I feel quite old, so my idea of modern could be very backdated for all I know. Let's go straight. Let's go straight to Troy on this one. Troy, what are you thinking of these two songs?
Okay. To the bottom is going to the bottom, I think. I don't... No. Hang on, no. Bite Me, I think girl bands don't really work anymore. I think the only girl band that probably will be Hurricane, and we all know why that is, because they are stunning hot. But that's as good as it gets. No, neither of them really tick my box. Or TikTok my box.
I'm getting the feeling it's just a no from you in general on these two, Troy. So
no.
It's more of a race to the bottom. Let's go to Michael. Come on. Surely G Nation is up there.
I don't know what people have taken, but a little bit of bite me sort of lollies always makes a show better. And can I just say, if we go to Bite Me, just remember that was written by the gorgeous Leah Nanos, who, if you remember back, was a lovely contestant with Set Me Free at Australia Decides a few years ago as a 17-year-old. And it's been adapted into a song. Now, Bite Me, probably not my number one, not my number two, probably not even my top 10 of this year. But, it's a great entrance, a great song. But can I just say, to the bottom, that sounds like a Friday night out for me. So it's always good. And this song was an absolute surprise. She's come. This girl's come out of whatever this TikTok-y thing is. I don't quite understand, being the age which I am. But a beautiful song, great song, written by her and her sister in a really short period of time. And I think that's an amazing platform for her to come through to and introduce herself to a whole new audience. And it's a great little song.
And to be fair, there's the message, guys. The answer to your problems is not at the bottom of the glass.
Michael, would that
bottom,
to the bottom or on your bottom?
Oh, look, Troy, it's 7:30 in the morning in Australia. We're not going to go any further than that.
Hey, who knows? Remember it's cocktail hours somewhere in the world.
We want to keep this stream monetized, okay? You can see that on some channels later on. That's all I'm saying.
This is true. Sometimes you guys just leave me speechless. Gemma, let's just go to you with these. Is there something here that kind of warms your heart a little bit?
Wow. I just want to say that TikTok is the thing that made me realize that there's a whole generation below me. I don't have it, I don't get it, and everything is put on Instagram anyway. But I do have to say, thank you, TikTok, for producing the one song that I actually kind of like. So, thank you for that. But I actually like To the Bottom, surprisingly. I think it's the better one of the slower songs, and I think it moves really well, and it at least sounds fresh, as in, a lot of the other songs just sound aged to me. So, again, thank you TikTok for that. As to Bite Me, I say it all the time, just because I sing to a song and dance to a song does not mean I like it. So it comes on and I'm like, yeah, and I'll sing to it, and then I'm like, God, I hate this song. So they're my general opinions about the songs there. But again, it'll come on and I will dance to it.
I like it.
Just don't like
I like it. So basically what you're saying is there is no way of telling your musical taste whatsoever. Because we could see you on the dance floor all night kind of doing this. And at the end you'll be like, what an awful night. I hated every track.
Considering how many times I've been on the dance floor with you guys and you've seen me to dance to that many different Eurovision songs, and I spent the whole time being like, God, I hate this song. Why do they play this every bloody time? But I'll still sing and dance to it because it's fun.
Hey! And that is what it's all about. Speaking of people who are fun, Phil and Michelle.
Well, when I first
there's
saw,
an element of fun in everything he did.
yeah, well, when I first saw To the Bottom, I thought it was going to be like someone proposing a toast, you know, to the bottom. But no.
Right. Well, this is where I stand. One of them, I think, will come 12th, and one I think will come 13th on Saturday.
Out of these 11 songs.
Out of these 11 songs. It was as if they went, right, we're going to stick 8 Eurovision songs in a hat. You pick 4, and you pick 4, and then we'll just mix all the bits up from them songs and make a new song. And they went, yeah, all right, that'll do. And that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, you see, I didn't really get to the bottom at all, you know.
Is it?
But then again, you know, Gemma says TikTok made her feel like there's a generation below her. Well,
she said Instagram, and I'm like,
yeah,
what?
that's it. I've got 2 generations below me. That's where I fit.
Sometimes you've only got 1 generation below you.
Yeah, I've got Instagram and TikTok. That's how old I am.
I don't like him.
Bite Me, it was okay. I'd like to see what it looks like live, but you know, it's a good enough dancey song. It just sounded a bit like Cleopatra in parts to me. It reminded me of that for some reason.
That's because that was 5 Eurovision songs all split up, put in a hat, and then they made a song out of it. That's exactly why.
I'm sensing a trend here. I'm not going to
It wasn't my favourite.
That's what Australia does. That's what Australia does, though, is they're like, we're going to take all the Eurovision songs and then you guys just make a new song out of it. I'm like, can you just make something new?
Australia
no,
doesn't have to sound like
I'm
Eurovision.
sorry.
Yeah.
But these aren't it.
Annie Im's the queen of Australian Eurovision as far as I'm concerned.
Sorry.
I loved that. Sorry.
Sorry, Australia.
Just a moment. Stu, wrap this up for us. Surely, at least one of these has to be your favourite.
Right. Okay, so first of all, G Nation. We haven't had a girl group in Eurovision for a very, 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 very long time. And this ain't it. It's... These guys are a bit Pussycat Dolls. I quite like it. I think Leah Nanos has done a sterling job writing this, actually. I think it's a really, really good entry. And I want to hear them sing live. I want to hear them harmonise. And I want to take a decision on Saturday morning for us, Saturday evening for Australia. But I kind of like this. There's something about it. When you listen all the way through, and to be fair, that clip does not do it justice. It actually is a really cool song. I think it could be a potential contender for Australia, this one. But, Tom, one of the best songs of the night is Erika Padilla's To the Bottom. It's incredible. It's one of the best songs I've heard in Eurovision this year so far, across all of the national finals. It's very Alicia Keys, very Empire State of Mind. It's beautiful. It's incredibly well written. How the hell this wasn't in the initial selection beats me. This, if delivered live, vocally perfect, this can really deliver for Australia at Eurovision. It is a phenomenal song. Phenomenal.
High praise indeed. Does the praise extend to the chat room, Steve?
No. Full stop. Right.
Fair enough.
Although James Ashton's having a meltdown, he says, "Bite me to the bottom?" ? Anyone want to take him up on his offer? Let's find out. Michelle's desperately shaking her head there.
Do you know what? I love you guys sometimes. 4 down, 7 to go. Let's listen to some more.
Minutes to 2 hours, I don't even mind. So give me all your problems and I'll give you mine. 'Cause I feel a little spark that started a flame. One little story carries the blaze. You're gonna try but you'll never tame these little fires. We have to stand up, carry the pain.
Two Australia Decides veterans, well, certainly Australia veterans when it comes to Eurovision. Isaiah and Evie, When I'm With You, we heard there. Isaiah obviously represented Australia in the Song Contest in 2017 with his ballad Don't Come Easy. Don't be fooled by the fact that he's had a haircut. But I looked at him first of all, I was like, oh, the hair's gone. Also, we had Jaguar Jonze. Very different song to the last one, which was Rabbit Hole in 2020. It's a new look, it's a new track, and it's Little Fires. Have to say, and before I let the panel get in with this is the type of song I can imagine sort of like about 3/4 of the way through sort of like a coming of age film, or even like a rom-com film where they have that kind of realization moment and you get kind of montage and stuff. I can see it written all over it, and I think it's just absolutely brilliant for that. I have a real connection with that song. I saw Gemma's arms just fly up in the air there, so I'm going to go straight to Gemma for her views on this.
Oh, man. All right. So we'll start with Jaguar Jonze then. I love her so much. She is amazing. She is incredible. The meaning behind this song is just brilliant. You know, she is changing the face of Australian music, like changing all the back doors. She's making it a much better and safer place for everyone in the Australian music industry. She is amazing. Superstar. However, it's not the song I wanted. Within saying that, I reckon her performance on stage is going to be incredible. That girl has got a brilliant mind. So, like, I may not like the song now, but whatever she puts on that stage, I'm likely going to vote for her. Because it is, going to be...
Yeah, I was going to say, Gemma, do we think it's because she's gone for such a different style compared to what Rabbit Hole was, that you were kind of expecting A and you've ended up B at the moment?
Yes, I do think that's a huge part of it. The other thing as well is I think we've got a very long list of slower songs in this contest, so I think that's the other thing, is it's going to take a little bit for it to stand out in the crowd. But, like, I don't want to, like, until it's on stage and you can see the performance, this is the one song that I'm really trying not to judge until I see the whole thing. Because everything about Jaguar Jonze is the whole package. But, you know, on to the other song. Evie Irie is incredible. She's got this amazing sound, this really edge to her, and then they've put her on this stupid song. And I love ballads. Not ballads, duets. I love duets so much. There's so much documents of me loving ballads, and yet this song does not do it. Why does everything have to sound like British pop? Like, it doesn't sound like Australian music. It sounds like British pop, and I don't understand. That's not to say it's bad. It sounds like 2002, I think, like the song. Not the year of the song. But I just... she could have had a better song.
Yeah, although, I would say this is better than Isaiah's attempt. I like it better than his ballad from 2017.
Yes. I agree with you there.
So we do have to kind of balance that out a little. Phil and Michelle, what do you think of these two songs?
Well, I'm kind of with Gemma in a way. I really liked Rabbit Hole from a couple of years ago, the Jaguar Jones, and I was kind of looking forward to a song this year. And it's not a bad song, don't get me wrong. It's a good song, but it's just a little bit safe for me.
I'm hoping that the staging isn't they're going to dangle her from a net, spray painted brown. Because I was watching the video, and all I could think of was somebody's taken a decent pair of white trainers and sprayed them brown. And it was like, why would you do that? Why would you not just go barefoot or something? I thought, what a waste of a pair of trainers. And that's how sort of distracted from the song I was by her just being in a net, and it was just weird.
Yeah, I think if I was Evie Irie, I'd feel a little hard done to as well.
Yeah.
It should be Evie Irie featuring Isaiah Firebrace, because I think Evie did all the heavy lifting on that song.
Yeah, she's been proper done over.
It just sort of rambled along a bit. It wasn't.
It's just another cheesy love song, but with really bad enunciation. And then at times there was too many words, and then there wasn't enough words, and it's just like, get a grip. It's like it's just going to be a mess on stage. I think it's going to be too fast. There's too many words, and it's just cheesy and rubbish. And I don't think their voices complement each other at all. I think she's got a far fresher sounding sound than Isaiah has, and I think it's going to stand out a mile and just look stupid.
Could be interesting, although he's got the haircut, you see. I think
my haircut, but nobody's bloody noticed.
That's because I did it.
He did.
Everyone's just been polite.
We did. There's nothing wrong with it.
It looks lovely, darling. It looks lovely.
No,
Troy, do you kind of agree with Phil and Michelle here that basically it should have been Evie Irie featuring Isaiah instead of the other way around?
Troy, you're on mute.
You need to take yourself off mute, though.
Oh, you can hear me. Oh, that's better. Now, agree. You need a lead. I would have preferred Evie as the lead in that, because I really think Isaiah, as everyone said, it is better than the last one. But yeah, no, it's still not my cup of tea. I'm thinking, yeah, this will be fighting for the bottom. I'm sorry, Isaiah, fighting for the bottom. Then with the other side, Little Fires, as Gemma's already said, Jaguar's great. She's got a wonderful world of talent, and hopefully in due course she will get an opportunity to be able to put that out on the international stage. Whether or not it may be with Eurovision, maybe something else, who knows? But I don't know whether it would be for Eurovision this year. Who knows?
It's interesting. I mean, I'll go to Michael on this. I mean, would you love to see, whether it's this year or in the future, would you say Jaguar Jonze is a Australia Eurovision representative in waiting?
She is going to be, I have a feeling she has a very big chance of being on stage in Turin in May. I would like to put to myself, this is beautiful. This is absolutely one of my favourite songs. This is a Jaguar Jones with her song Rabbit Hole, with a young tigress who was not quite sure of what she wanted to be and had all this energy, and she was just an amazing performer. She rocked onto that stage on the Gold Coast. This is her matured. This is her taking something which is so passionate to her about the Me Too movement. The lyrics in this song, it's her, and it's a song in 3 parts. She starts off vulnerable in the first minute of this song, talking about little fires. It grows and grows and grows, and there is a point in this song at 2 minutes where it almost shoots back at you and stops, and then explodes into this amazing, amazing last minute of this song. I believe in Jaguar Jones' staging. I think that she is not only a singer, but she's an artist and a visual artist. And I cannot wait for this on Saturday night. I think we're going to be surprised. And this is one of the three dark horses. And it's going to come down to the staging. We haven't talked about my other two favourites, but there are three songs in this here which are going to get a really across the board. I can't pick up who's the jury going to like, because there's a lot of jury-friendly songs. There are three songs in this year's contest who are going to come down to how it stages it. And her staging to Rabbit Hole blew me away. I cannot wait to see how she interprets this song, because it is so dear to her heart, and I think this woman has the potential to really, really take the stage, not only on the Gold Coast but in Turin in May. Love it.
High praise indeed.
And then there was the other track which we're not talking about, but Jaguar Jones, can I just say, I can talk about her till the cows come home. She is my... If I was straight, I would take her for a drink. That's what I'm saying. I would turn for Jaguar.
Very, very high praise. And we'll let you off. We'll let you off not saying anything about the other one. We'll leave that to Stu to wrap up.
Thanks very much. God bloody hell. Right, what do I want to say that's positive about Isaiah Firebrace and Evie Irie? Let me think. I'm struggling. Listen, this is quite unremarkable. It's quite unremarkable, this song. Unfortunately, it's a weird combo. I think Michelle said it perfectly. They don't necessarily complement each other vocally. I think that's the issue. It's a weird type of song. It's the kind of song that the UK would put through into our national final, and it would probably come bottom. I think this might be the last place in Australia Decides on Saturday. Last place as in finishing last place. I don't like the rapping element to the song. I find it a bit cringeworthy. The lyrics are a bit odd. And yeah, unfortunately, I think the biggest problem with this song is it starts far too slowly. And there's a really cool beat, in fairness to it, that kicks in, but it kicks in at 2 minutes 30. And that's its problem, because from 2 minutes 30, you're almost nearly finished. So it never kind of starts really before it's finished. That's the problem with this particular song. I agree entirely with Michael, because I want to finish on a positive. I think Jaguar Jones is going to represent Australia at some point. It might be this year, it might be next year. This song doesn't jump out at me when I listen to these 11, but what I know about Jaguar Jones is she will blow us away on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to art on stage from Jaguar, and I expect nothing else but art.
Very high praise. I think Jaguar is certainly coming out on top so far, but there's still some more songs to listen to, and as Michael said, there's two of his favourites still to come along. Let's take a listen to some more.
The stars align, I sing from the other side, 'cause I know it won't be just another fantasy. Let the stars
A contrast there. We had Jude York, I Won't Need to Dream, 22-year-old singer-songwriter from the regional city of Toowoomba in Queensland. A lullaby-inspired track pulling elements from the classic 30s and 40s ballads. And it was chosen from over 700 that was entered into Australia Decides, and was originally going to be performed by someone else. And we've also got Paulini, We Are One. Australian Idol, musical theatre, home and away. Yes, she has done it all. A very much a disco song there. Let's start off with Phil and Michelle. Are your favourites knocking in this pair?
No. Jude York, I Want You to Dream.
Come from
It sounded like it was from a stage musical at first. It was all right. He started off a bit slow, and it only really got going about halfway through the song.
I thought it started beautiful and dreamy.
Yeah.
Sort of, you know, because that's what it was supposed to sound like, but then it just didn't do anything.
But yeah, what was the other one? Was We Are One, Paulini. Yeah. I kind of like the tune. It was good, but those lyrics had every Eurovision cliche in them. Children of the universe. Oh my goodness. It's like somebody saw love, love, peace, peace and thought, oh, that's a blueprint for a Eurovision song.
Yeah. I'd like to go back to Gemma's point before of you'd hear it in the Euro Club and go, yeah, and then halfway through you go, oh yeah. And it's that. It is exactly that. And that's all I've got to say really. On that. Sorry.
See, I quite like the disco track. Troy, do you like the disco track? You're on mute again. I love this.
Sorry. The world is revolving around me and things are happening and God knows what happens when I'm on mute. Yeah, Paulini. Love her to bits. Loved her in Australian Idol, even though some people didn't necessarily like her. This one, very, as you said, Donna Summer, disco. I think this would be up top 5, maybe top 3. This is in my top 3. Don't know. Again, if Paulini was to represent Australia, don't know.
But we'd have fun because it'd be a bop. Surely this would be played. Surely this would be the type of 1, 2 a.m. song when everyone's basically had some shots at the bar, sniffed the bar towel, and decided now is the time to actually show off the dance moves that they've been waiting to do for like years.
Oh, of course.
What about the other song though? We've got a contrast there, haven't we? Because we've also got our lullaby-inspired ballad.
Yeah, it's sending me to sleep. It is. No. Again,
it's
no.
not for you. I get that. It's not for you. Michael, we were saying about making sure we played one of your favourites this time round. Have we managed to hit your favourite with Paulini? Is Paulini up there for you?
So can I say these two songs are not my favourites, but I think Jude York is an amazing songwriter, an amazing performer. There's another little track which he put out, if you go onto YouTube and listen to his song called Gossip. It's a minute and a half of absolute pleasure. And I think this is a beautifully written song. I really, really love you, Jude York. I can't wait for him to actually put in yet another song. I don't think this is going to be his year, but it's a great entry and he should be back. And that's really good. Paulini, probably the strongest singer and performer that we have this year. And I love It's Raining Men. And I think it's been re-released for Australia Decides is absolutely fantastic. And my hands are up. So look, this is Paulini, best singer, Jude York, probably strongest sort of songwriter. Neither of these two are my favourites, but they're going to do really well on Saturday nights. They're going to fill up that middle sort of gap, sort of 6 through to 8, 4 through to 7, somewhere there. So they're strong songs, and I really, really, really hope Jude York comes back next year with something bigger and better and brighter, because he is great.
Totally love to see him back next year. Although 2020, Danny Im promised that she was going to be back, and I'm just kind of like, waiting.
She's having a baby at the moment.
I know she's having a baby. I know that kind of.
I don't think we want a vaginal delivery at Turin, do we? Somehow or other.
No. But I'm saying, what I'm saying is 2023. I'd quite like to see Danny Im back there. For it. I don't know whether they'd make her go through the selection or not. I don't know. I know my mind's awash with too many things. I'm just going to go to Gemma for Gemma's views on this. Now, I'm going to say this to you now, Gemma. I can see you with Paulini's track being on the dance floor and then just going, yeah, but I hate it. But what do you think?
Correct. Correct. I feel like they've gone, we need a track that they can play at like the very closing hours of Euroclub when everyone like can't see straight, they can't walk straight, but they want that last song to like be like, cool, everyone's satisfied, we're shutting the club down. That's what this feels like to me. So I don't like, she's so like, she's amazing, right? Like she has the voice that she could be singing anything, and yet they've given her the party track, which I don't know, it just confuses me to no end. But I can't wait for the day when they stop picking ex-Idol and X Factor people, and actually go into the vast majority. They're so picking the boring ones that are on TV. Stop giving them a leg up. They've already had a leg up. Like, go out and actually get, nice talent and, get the sound that actually sounds like Australian music, because none of this does. And as for Jude York, like, I want to support my Toowoomba boy, right? Toowoomba is very close to my heart. But, like, it just feels like they're trying to do, like, Irie again when he came on 2 years ago, whenever it was. Like, and that song was set up beautifully, but I just can't see that being set up the same way. Like, I feel like they're just repeating themselves now. Like, Irie sounded different, as in this just doesn't.
Although, from memory, didn't
I don't know,
Irie
but then, like, say it's my mum's favourite song. Yeah, Triple J kids, man.
Didn't Irie do better?
They did amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but like,
could be.
As I said, it's my mum's favourite song. She's voting for this one, but I will not be.
Interesting. Stu, wrap this up for us. Oh, is anyone going to tell me he's on mute?
Mute. I know I'm on mute. Yeah. Let's start with Paulini's "We Are One." Right. First of all, this is not Donna Summer, people. No. This is Suured Tukurut from Estonia 2021. Remember that song? Heaven's not that far tonight. Doo-doo. It's exactly that song. Go and listen to it. It's the same song. It's fabulous. Just like that one was. It's a foot stomper. It's going to get people up and dancing. I love everything about this one. It's a fantastic bop. Certainly not a winner, but I love it to bits. Jude York, however, wow. When I listen to this song, at the end, the last set of lyrics are, "Someday I won't need to dream." I quite literally get goosebumps. My hairs start to stand on end. It is fantastic. It's probably one of the best written songs this year, certainly in this national final. Very excited to see what he can do live. But I'm not sure whether it's going to win. I think it's a shame. I've got this as my top, actually. Jude York, "I Won't Need to Dream" is my number one in this final. But I don't think Australia are going to choose it. But it's fantastic. Love both songs.
Okay. Thanks for that, Steve. Right. Time for the final three. Let's take a listen. Well, our final three songs there, and two of whom I can already tell are in Gemma's good books for having that leg up through coming through reality television. Yeah, Seann Miley Moore with "My Body" there came 10th in X Factor UK in the 2015 season. Was also in The Voice Australia in 2021 when he was mentored by the Eurovision 2018 performer Jessica Moorboy as well. Interesting lyrics to the song, I have to say. I love the opening line, which is like, "My body is not a project," which I think is quite a powerful statement to make. We also heard from Sheldon Riley, "Not the Same," someone else who has appeared on X Factor Australia, The Voice Australia, America's Got Talent as well, and provides an anthem for queer youth as well. And then we've got progressive metal band Voyager. These are stalwarts. 7 studio albums to their name. They come from Western Australia. 80s infused progressive rock. They formed themselves in 1999. They've had success across Australia and Europe, and narrowly missed out on a place in Australia Decides 2020. Michael is the one who seemed to be the most enthusiastic whilst I was going through the spiel there. Michael, the stage is yours.
Okay, I'm only going to talk about 2 of these songs because I want to say nice things. And these are 2, so both Sheldon and Voyager are Euro tragics, and they should get Eurovision. So these are not someone like, "Oh, what's your favourite Eurovision song?" "Oh, it's Euphoria." So these are people who have actually lived and grown up with some Eurovision. Let's start with Voyager. This is Australian prog rock, which I think is actually a really, really Australian sound. You want to hear an Australian sound? It is actually Voyager. This is the presets. This is coming back to stuff from the early sort of late 2000, come to 2010, and it has got a lot of Australian heritage in this song. My only concern about this song is the staging. It's 6 people on stage, and bands on stage in Eurovision don't do particularly well. But actually, you close your eyes and listen to this song. This is the song which I want to get up to and dance. And it's a surprise because it is actually my number 2 song, but I would not be upset if this goes on. So I think Voyager has got a point of difference. It is actually a bit Australian, and so I think it's not a copycat of Maneskin. It is prog rock with some EMD, and I am living for it. So yeah, it's great. Sheldon Riley. This boy really, some interesting interviews I've listened to, and he really does take inspiration from someone like Conchita Wurst, and as a queer performer, if he's actually out, but as someone who is a supporter of the LGBTQI community, I wish I had people like this when I was young and growing up. He is proud, and he's going to put a beautiful, beautiful song. It's not my shtick. Okay, I prefer something a little bit different. I would not be sad if Sheldon makes it to Australia. It's a beautiful song and it progresses well, and I know the kids love it. Okay, I'm a fat old queen now, so may not be my cup of tea, but that is either Voyager, either Sheldon, or Jaguar would do Australia proud. And it's going to come down, I come back to it, it's going to come down to how they perform this song live on stage on Saturday night. It's going to be close. I can't pick a winner, but I would be proud of either of these 3 songs represent us.
You say you can't pick a winner, but
you're going to ask me soon, aren't you? I know you are.
When we go around the panel, yes, you are, Michael. I'm going to be asking for you to narrow that down to a short list of 1. Gemma, let's come to you. Do you know what? I could see you moshing along to some progressive rock.
Oh my god, yes! Oh, I'm so excited. This is the only song that I think is a standout. The only one. And it's good. Like, it's good metal, right? It's not too heavy. It's not going to alienate people. It's the only song in my household where everyone agrees on. Like, and everyone's got different opinions, but this is the one song where everyone's like, yes, I like this. I would not be surprised at all if this wins. And, Australians are on a very weird vibe at the moment. We've been abandoned at the end of the world for the last 2 years. The Wiggles won the Hottest 100. Anything can happen. So I would not be surprised at all. I'm so ready for this to win. And Australia Decides gave them the proper leg up that they needed. They didn't get in a couple of years ago, but they did this year. So I'm all for it. all for it.
Yay! Love it. High praise there. Troy, you were looking at that with your head kind of like, I think you like that. Is this because you're a fan of Seann Miley more instead of Voyager?
No, just the Wiggles. I mean, didn't we have the Wiggles in 2015 with a certain Italian that tried to change up his little staging with
it was
four
Iceland in
people in the background?
2014.
Oh, was it 2014? Hey, I'm lucky to remember what year it is at the moment, let alone anything else. But nevertheless, I would love Voyager to represent Australia. It's probably the first song that I heard from the group. It would be a worthy song. They may have already got a little bit of Australian publicity. They may have already got a little bit of international publicity. It would make them a name outside of Australia, well and truly. I would love it. Sheldon Riley, yes, I actually like the song, not like Michael. I am only a little bit younger than you, Michael. Yeah, I don't know. I don't look my age, okay?
Just remember to call me Daddy.
That seems to have stopped Troy in his tracks there.
Yeah, Sheldon, yes, I would be happy to have, and all the bookies are loving his song, to the point that half of the bookies were thinking that it's already gone to Eurovision, so don't know about that one. And what was the other one? Oh, Seann Miley Moore.
Seann Miley Moore.
Yeah, no. I do like the image and everything that he's putting out. As you mentioned, that first line, "My body is not a project." Mine is a temple. So it's a work in progress.
Fair enough. And yeah, do you know what? Why not? Phil and Michelle, let's get your thoughts on these.
Well, first of all, I won't hear a bad word said about the Wiggles because they did a fantastic cover of Big Monkey Man with Kylie Minogue.
Oh, God!
The Toots and the Maytals song.
Right, there's one for the youth.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
But, starting with Seann Miley Moore, it sounds to me like another song from a stage musical that somebody took a bit of a dance beat on. I just keep thinking...
It's an important message, but it's just not for
I
us.
can't help thinking of This Is Me from The Greatest Showman whenever I hear it.
Oh, God, and he hates the Greatest. Absolutely hates it.
Yeah.
Sheldon Riley, again, it's another massively important message. And it makes you vulnerable to put yourself out there for criticism, sort of thing, and doing songs like this. But it just was not my cup of tea.
No, mine neither. It struck me as a bit dreary for me.
Yeah, it just wasn't,
Voyager.
If they'd have done it to a kicking beat, we'd have been all over it like a rat. But
for me, Voyager and Dreamer really stood out as
it makes me want to have a perm and get
different. It sounds different to all of the songs.
It's the 80s. It sounds like the 80s.
It's not though, is it?
Yeah.
It's not.
It was even pink and purple.
But I mean,
it's like the 80s coming back.
Oh, I miss the 80s so much. I had my knockers just hung like melons. I had the most beautiful perm in the world. Oh, I could go out with a fiver, get shit-faced, and still have money left for chips, peas, and gravy on the way home. I miss the 80s. I want them to win. I just want to reminisce.
It was good. I like that. Maybe not enough words to it. I don't know, but I liked it. I like the sound.
Does it make you want to have a perm?
Hey, Stu, wrap these up for us.
Okay, so I'm only going to talk about two. I'm going to talk about Voyager and Sheldon Riley. I think Sheldon Riley's quite clearly the favourite to win. Something like 56% of every media outlet out there have them as the 56% of their audience have them as the winner. I understand he's going to be lifted, probably not as high as Kate Miller-Heidke, but he's going to be lifted up into the sky in his great big black gown. But I think if Australia want to really have a chance to win Eurovision, they should send either Jude York, my apologies, or Voyager, because Voyager has the ability to really deliver on stage in Turin, and I think it's a phenomenal song. It's like the Killers, just without teeth, Tom.
Well, do you know what, Stu? If you think Jude York should be going to Eurovision, 25-1 you can get on the markets at the moment. It could be worth a bet, couldn't it? I mean, you've mentioned the odds there. Whilst the panel decide which one song they think should win Australia Decides, it's worth mentioning, out of the ones we've mentioned, obviously Sheldon Riley is the favourite at evens, but 4-1 for G Nation, 5-1 for Voyager, 11-2 for Charley. In actual fact, in some markets, Charley actually is second favourite. Paulini at 6-1, and then you've got Isaiah at 10-1, and Jaguar Jones at 12-1 as well. I think that's an interesting set of odds, because I think, dare I say it, I would hate to encourage Stu's, gambling, feast as he sticks £10 on all of these acts. But, I think there could be money to be made here. Sadly, it's Erica Padilla and Seann Miley Moore that languish at the bottom of the odds, at about 33-1 on both of them. But, guys, we have gone through all 11 songs, and now is the moment of truth. And in the chat, join in with this. We want to know what you think as well. Your vote counts as well. What one song do you think should go forward to represent Australia in Turin in May? And we're going to Stu first.
Jude York. Easy.
Jude York. Troy.
Took myself off mute this time. Voyager.
Okay, we got a vote for Jude. We've got a vote for Voyager. Phil.
Voyager.
A tenner on Voyager. A tenner on Voyager.
Wait, Michael.
Little Fire.
Jaguar Jones gets a vote. Gemma.
Voyager for sure. Unless
Voyager.
Jaguar does an amazing performance.
Okay. Point taken. What's the chat room saying, Stu?
It's a bit of a mixed bag. We've got Jude York, we've got Sheldon, we've got Voyager, and one or two have gone for Jaguar Jones.
Personally, do you know what? I'm stuck between Voyager and Jaguar Jones, but I'm going to go with Jaguar Jones on this one. Even though I'd love for it to be Voyager, I'm still going for Jaguar Jones because I think she deserves it. And hopefully she won't dislocate her shoulder when it comes to doing the performance this time as well. If for those of you that may or may not have heard the story from Australia Decides 2020. However, I do think the panel have spoken, and it is Voyager that we think is going to take the crown on Saturday night. Now, Steve, what's coming up next?
Yeah, you can join us live on Friday night when we talk Danish Dansk Melody Grand Prix, and do not forget to join us here at 9 p.m. Central European Time on Sunday for more Melfest Sunday.
Hey, love a bit of Melfest Sunday. Guys, I would like to say a massive, massive thank you to my panel. Big thanks to Gemma.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to be back.
Do you know what? It's great to have you back, and we look forward to seeing you again soon as well. And you can go and have breakfast now as well, if you haven't done so already.
Oh, I'm starving.
I thought that might be the case. Also, big thanks to Michael as well.
Hey, thanks, Tom. Thank you for having me. Thanks, Stu, and thanks, Bill and Michelle. You guys are awesome. Can't wait to be back and Gemma, I'll see you on Saturday night.
Yeah, we can't wait to have you back, Michael. You are welcome anytime, as always. Big thanks to Phil and Michelle as well.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been great again. It's been nice to see our Aussie friends.
Yes, it's been fab. Thank you.
Hey, massive thanks to Troy.
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous that I can't be at Australia Decides on Saturday night. Unfortunately, I'll be working my little guts out. But yeah, enjoy, stay safe, and may the best song win. So let's take it away.
Hey, yeah, do you know what? I think it'll be awesome as always. And as always, a massive, massive thank you to my co-host and the chat room hostess with the mostest. It's Stu.
Hostess. Thank you,
why
Tom.
not? It rhymed.
Don't forget to join us on Friday and Sunday. We've got more great ESC Fan TV content. Do not miss out.
Yeah. Loads of content there already, guys, as well. And if you missed some of the shows from the weekend, if you missed last night's show, go and check it out now. It's on YouTube. Keep the conversation going. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, social media galore. Join us on there. Okay, we look forward to hearing from you. Until then, it's bye for now. Bye-bye.